in any time of your life you need to take action, because those actions will lead to heaven when you make decision to make right decisions, follow the right guidance. Today is 426th day that I come here to share lessons I learn and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I will share very fresh and new lesson. Probably will be one of the first people who learn this lesson, because I truly believe this is an amazing lesson to learn, a new structure to explain the same thing in a totally new way. So I hope that you will enjoy this lesson, and I hope this lesson will really add value. So let's get started. So what I want to share is about dreams, pain, and comfort. So let's make a chart. So let's look into it. So at the top will be dreams, and the bottom will be pain. Pain, and there will be dreams. And of course the middle will be, this will be the comfort line. So this is a comfort. And the line to the right will be action. So that means we have dream, we have comfort line, we have comfort, we have pain, and we have action. So all the things that we'll speak about, those main key areas. So let's look into points in this chart. So when we look into this point where we see that there is no action and there is a lot of pain, so this is called a hell point. A hell point. That means people who live in tremendous difficulties, adversities, and they have a huge pain, depression, or whatever they have, and they choose not to take action. And that's a hell point, because they are in a pain, but they choose not to take action. And that's the worst position to be, one of the worst positions to be. That means that they are in pain, and because they don't take action, they will stay there. Now, second point is comfort. So that means there is no action and you live in comfort. So this is a regret point. So that means that you're able to do something about your life. You live in a comfort zone. You don't take any action. So that means that this is a regret point. So that means you most likely, because you lived in all comfort zone, you had some possibilities, but you never had any pains, never had any dreams, you didn't take any action to moving towards any direction. So this is a regret point, because you realize that there was a lot of things that you could work on. Now, next point is dreams. So that means that you have a lot of dreams, but you don't have any actions. So this is a delusion point. So that means this is delusion point. People are dreaming. A lot of times that dreamer becomes very bad word, because a dreamer, a lot of times people think about delusional, because they think a lot of dreams. But if you are a huge dreamer, but you take a lot of action, you're not delusional. You know that you will be able to achieve it because you have actions. You base your dreams on your actions. But if you do not have any actions and you have huge dreams, that means that you are delusional. Now, next point is, that means you take a lot of action, but your pain point doesn't change. So that means you take a lot of action, bunch of action, but your pain doesn't change. So it of course could be devastating. You take so much action, but your pain still stay the same. So that means that is a knowledge point. Knowledge point, because that means if you are not able to improve your life and you're still in pain, that means that you take action, but it's wrong actions. It doesn't allow you to improve. So that means you need to have a mentor, a guide, or somewhere figure out what actions you really need to take to move out of the pain. So that means this is a point that most likely you will be able to improve, because you just need to change the way how you do things, change your actions. Of course, it will move forward. Now, when you have a lot of action, but you're on a comfort line, so that means that you are in a comfort, but you take a lot of action. What is this point? This is call it treadmill point. Treadmill point. Because you take a lot of motion, you take so much action, running, but you're not getting anywhere. Exactly on the treadmill. If you run, you're not getting anywhere. So that exactly. So that means you take action. So this is example is like people say, oh, I have 11 years of experience in accounting. A lot of times what it means is that you did 11 times exactly same year by year. So that means you don't have 11 years experience, you have 1 year experience repeated 11 times. So we need to make sure that we challenge ourselves, getting out of that comfort zone. Now, the last probably point is heaven point. Heaven point is that you have huge dreams, you take a lot of actions, and you're able to achieve that, and you're able to be proud of yourself. So that means heaven. That means that not a lot of people are able to achieve it because they are not willing to take all the actions necessary to achieve the dream that they want. So that means we need to make sure that we take a lot of actions to be able to achieve the dream. Now, when I think about the bottom part of this chart, this is running away from something. So that means away. Because they take action because they want to run away from pain. And of course, when they reach this comfort zone, then they stop. And a lot of times people need to really reconsider, because there's a lot of challenges we need to pursue. But now when they reach that comfort zone, people now run away of that pain and they want to rest for a bit. But after that rest, they need to decide to move forward. And this is when they start running towards something. So that means towards. So the bottom is people run away from pain, and of course the upper part is that people running towards dream. So there's a huge difference, because that comfort zone, when they transition, this is a transition point when people transition from running away to running towards. And of course, a lot of times people, after being a long time in pain, they want to stay there and camp here for a long time. But every single person, I believe, needed to make that transition and finally move towards something. And sometimes people move back and forth, because people move towards dreams, then they slack off and they don't take a lot of action, or take wrong action, then go back to pain. And then people move back and forth, back and forth. And when you really have a guidance and mentorship, I truly believe that's the best way to move towards heaven, because in order that you're taking the right actions, you have huge dreams and you're moving towards that. So then you don't need to move back and forth. Most likely will be some small things that happen, but it's just for temporary. But the most important is that you always just moving towards your goal. And when I think that is the most pleasurable way to achieve your goal, when you're always moving back and forth a little bit, but at the end of the day, you move to your heaven. I hope this lesson supports the way how you see your life, and understanding that in any time of your life you need to take action, because those actions will lead to heaven. When you make decision to make right decisions, follow the right guidance, not to be delusional about your life, and really not just dream but take action, not decide to stay in the pain, because a lot of times people decide to stay in the pain, not to stay in a comfort zone, and take a lot of action, find guidance, and move towards heaven. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.